Hey everyone, it's Jayson, and these are my top 3 cruise news stories of the week, and there is a theme. And if cruise lines aren't careful, they could experience something similar to what Disney parks are experiencing right now. Story number 1. Princess Cruises is adding fees to their passengers unless you have one of their all-inclusive packages. So what Princess has done is, in their casual dining venues, and I've listed those here on the screen, they're now going to be offering a 3-course fixed dining menu. And passengers that do not have any of the packages, and that is Princess Plus or Princess Premium, will be charged $14.99 per person per visit. Now, Princess Plus, you'll get 2 visits per person per 7 days, and Princess Premium is unlimited. There will also be a one-time activation fee of $14.99 for Ocean Now delivery of food and drinks. So what that is when you're on a Princess cruise, and we did this, we just got off the Caribbean Princess, you open your app up, you order your food, you can order drinks, and it can be delivered to anywhere on the ship. If you do not have Princess Plus or Princess Premium, you're going to incur that $14.99 charge. Now there's a third fee that was added. It's $5 for room service. But if you have Princess Plus and Princess Premium, that's included, so they don't have a $5 charge. So I think this just shows that Princess is really trying to push people into one of those packages, Princess Premium, Princess Plus. Now, if you're not aware of what Princess Premium and Princess Plus is, I just did a video on those, and I'll link it in the description. It basically goes over the details of them and gives a comparison. Also, I talk about what was just added to them and the value proposition on those. So what do you guys think? Here we have Princess pushing people towards packages, and there's a lot of people that they don't drink, they don't use Wi-Fi, they don't want any of these other things, but here they're going to have to incur charges unless they buy these Princess Plus, Princess Premium. Would any of these charges kind of entice you to moving over to Princess Plus or Princess Premium? Story number 2, and this is Holland America. They're doing a price increase on all their specialty dining, and it's going to be anywhere from 18 to 40%. And I'll put the information in the description below. And it basically is, a la carte items going up like 25% and so on. And this is the trend we're seeing. We saw Disney do this a couple weeks ago. We saw Celebrity a couple weeks before. So I'm for sure we're going to see another cruise line next week add a price increase. So this is kind of the trend we're seeing right now. Story number 3, and this is Royal Caribbean stock surged. On Thursday, they announced better than expected earnings. Their stock was up almost 10%. It leveled out on Friday, so they were up about 8.5% for the week, and really great numbers. Now, he was on CNBC, and he did mention some things. This was Jayson, the CEO of Royal Caribbean, and I have to say, some of the things he said raised some eyebrows, and if you're a cruise enthusiast, there should be a little bit of concern about some of the things he said. So what Mr. Liberty said was, earlier in the year, they base a lot of their findings off of land-based vacations and the value gap in between those. And so earlier this year, there was like a 45% value gap between the two of them. And with the Icon of the Seas and some of the bookings that are red hot right now in the cruise industry, he felt that they were about 35% value gap. And what was the real eye-opening thing is he mentioned that they actually wanted to be between 10 and 15% value gap between a land-based vacation and a cruise. So the interesting thing is one of the CNBC commentators did ask him, he said, don't you want to maintain a value gap in order to attract customers and keep demand up? And he said, Mr. Liberty, we always want to be competitive as possible, but of course we want that gap to be as much smaller. So that means they really want to see prices continue to go up. If they're at 35% on the value gap now, and they want to be between 10 and 15%, that's a pretty big jump there in pricing. Now, me personally, I think that there is no comparison. It's hard to compare a land-based vacation to a cruise. They are apples to oranges. Many of the land-based vacations are all-inclusive. They have many different restaurants. They have bigger hotel rooms or resort hotel rooms. They include a lot more things like drinks. Some of them have 15 dining venues that are included. You get all these water sports included. I think that's a really hard thing to compare with a cruise. And a cruise has always been extremely value-based because you don't have to have those beverage packages. You don't have to have all the dining packages. You can kind of do an a la carte thing, and you can go all out if you want, or you can just, go a little more simple and enjoy being on a cruise. So some of that makes me a little concerned because those are kind of comments that came out of Bob Chapek's mouth when Disney, they kept raising prices during a couple years ago. There wasn't a lot of value. They continued to nickel and dime people, and because people could pay it, that was the only thing that they could do at the time was go to Disney because it was open. So I'm hoping that we don't see a similar thing happen in the cruise industry. And I get it's supply and demand. 100%. But I also know that there was supply and demand there for Disney also. And I think we're starting to see they turn their backs on annual pass holders. They turn their backs on some of their most loyal people. And I think those people are why the July has been so slow in the parks. And I know it's an interesting comparison, and some people may go, I don't see it. But living in Central Florida, I kind of see the similarities here. And it is business. You cannot continue to just see this kind of increase in cruise prices. So I will give for instance, I booked a Icon of the Seas 10 months out from next year because I knew everything would probably be pretty good on the ship by then. It's not a brand new ship. And today, it is 3 times higher than what I paid for it. It's just astronomical in 6 months to see the price increases. They just cannot continue on that trend. And so when he says they want to close that gap even more, they're at 35% value gap and they want to be like 10%, that raises some eyebrows for me. It really does. What do you guys think? Am I just reading into things, or how do you feel? Have you tried to book a cruise lately and seen how expensive prices are, especially in the last 6 months? Love to know what you guys think. I appreciate you guys watching. Please give this video a like, and I'll talk to you next week. Happy cruising.